Friends, we are here at Road America, which is our heart, first of all. We're here with our friend Tim Baughman, IndyCar's Senior Director of Safety and Medical. His left hand over here, by the way, close to a dear friend and brother, a pioneer, legend in IndyCar safety and stewarding, Wally Dallenbach. But normally we bring you stuff about the cars and the drivers and the technology there, and honestly, Tim was telling me about these brand new, amazing 6.2 liter monster Chevrolets, which were just received by the series in May. The whole AMR Safety Team, a huge new upgrade, brand new vehicles. I want to talk about not just the trucks with Tim, but also all of the really amazing safety equipment you and your team uses. So why don't we start a little walk around the car
we're all
here.
good. So once again, we have some phenomenal partners with Chevrolet, AMR, Homaltro. You know, they give us the tools that we need, the best tools to operate at a level as fire rescue personnel and medical personnel that is, I believe, the top in the world as far as racing goes. I'm very proud to say that. It is, you know, to get these new vehicles and get the support of the Penske Entertainment and Jay and the company, the IndyCar, we're very proud of them, of course.
So we're all about performance here as well, starting with an upgrade on the braking system, right?
Yeah.
So bigger clampers here to slow this down. Also, you'll notice, as expected, shod in Firestone.
That's
so
correct.
We're making sure that we got everything we need on this beautiful Z71.
Yeah, so it's a nice truck. You know, it's a very perfect platform, you know, and we did some changes in the off season to how we load the tools. We had a fab shop in Speedway build new skids to put our tools in, and you know, with that, we made the trucks look sleeker.
Let's go look at it.
Let's go
right?
look in
So
the
you
back.
made it sleeker, you lowered the center of gravity.
Yep.
Like, no joke, these are all the things the racing teams are trying to do. Tim, we take a look back here, and there's a lot of amazing equipment. Maybe not every fan gets to see all of this when you're doing one of your many stops. So why don't you run through and tell us what we're looking at?
First of all, we built the trucks, the equipment, so everything ergonomically can be reached from right here. So everybody can grab it and put it to work. We made it lower profile. We took our Enforcer fire unit that we have up there with a compressed air foam system that has Fireball in it, which we'll talk about that in the magnesium here in a minute. But we lowered it. We laid it on its side, lowered the whole center of gravity. That 20 gallons of Fireball product is the equivalent of 600 gallons of water.
Wow.
So if you imagine 600 gallons in a tank back here, the truck could be squatting, it would be heavy. So we got everything down low. We have a battery box for our starter so we can restart the IndyCar. We have our quick jack that I'm right up against. So these are the things we use a lot. Fire extinguisher comes off every incident. Same, Fireball in these fire extinguishers. The Fireball is a wetting agent. It is actually a pretty technical thing. It breaks the fire tetrahedron chemically and takes the heat out of the formula. So we were talking about magnesium a few weeks ago.
Yes, so that's the thing that's fascinating to me, Tim. So with going to a lighter IndyCar this year, we've gone to a magnesium bell housing, magnesium transmission case. From back in the 80s, the 90s as well, in those lighter IndyCars, magnesium was pretty common. When we'd have a magnesium fire, the first instinct is try and put water on it. Well, indeed, it made the fires worse. Yeah. So talking about the Fireball additive, this is some crazy outer space science I don't understand, but using that additive in water is actually now something you're ready for any magnesium fire.
So it's pretty incredible in the way that it takes heat away from the actual chemical reaction that's going on with the fire. It takes the heat formula out of it. So we have a video, and I shared that with Marshall, of the company taking magnesium shavings and lighting a pile of them on fire. And the gentleman sprayed it out with the Fireball, and within seconds pulled off his glove and shoved it down into the magnesium chips. That's how effective this product is. We used it a few years ago at a wheel fire in Indianapolis, put it out. But normally, as a firefighter for years, putting water on something highly reactive that's high up on the chemical element chart, it was explosive, and you didn't want to do that. So I think we're very fortunate to have partners like Firebowl and ESI and Enforcer to provide us the fire systems we need.
And you know, probably the thing I appreciated most, I reached out to Tim and said, hey, now that we have all the magnesium stuff on the cars, what new things are you doing to manage in case we have magnesium fire? To which you said, nothing. We've been doing this for a while,
Yeah.
so there's no new reaction. We were already there and ready, which again, I love. Speaking of holy cow stuff as well, we have some jaws of life here, a spreader. These are phenomenal, and instead of having to use a big old portable generator and electrical cords and whatnot, you've gone e-power on these.
Yeah, so these are the Homaltro tools. Homaltro's been a longtime partner of ours. They started years ago when they, joined us as a partner, designing tools that could cut carbon fiber, that could cut the alloys that we have. And those tools became the mainstay tools that they sell to normal fire departments. So they were truly taking their technology, pushing it for us, for the racetrack, but then making it lighter, stronger, and more capable, that now everybody just assumes this is what they have, and this is not what we've had for 20 years. In the last 3 or 4 years, this product's come along. But to grab a tool, like I said, I have this one on right here, turn on the button, literally, and I'm ready to go to work. I can take this across the track, I can take this down 10 meters of water and operate it. The battery tool will operate under the water.
Wow.
So Marshall, if you feel the weight on this, grab it and put it to work just like a motorcycle throttle.
Yeah. I mean, it's got
Go ahead
some
and
weight.
operate it there.
Yeah, it's got some weight as you would expect, but this is super manageable for sure.
Yeah.
And you were saying as well, Tim, that like these are meant to cut into the highly strong titanium halos behind the aero screens and such. I mean, these are heavy duty.
So the 3D printed upper frame of the titanium upper frame of the IndyCar, we cut it in 2018 in Glen Burnie, Maryland, Homaltro USA factory, just to make sure our tools would do the job. That was with the earlier generation of tools. What they learned from those types of exercises was now that they've gone electric, they put sensors in there that understand the load and the pressures and apply it as necessary. This tool is 40% more effective than what it was.
More race car stuff. We got data acquisition and
cool.
sensors going on. This spreader as well. So we've never seen an aero screen collapse, but if by chance, again, they can get hit by a bus, but still, just in the odd case that would happen, this is another product from Homaltro, a spreader. You said 26 inches wide.
So our job basically is if either the cockpit or the aero screen gets intruded, gets pushed in on the driver, we can't get the driver out. It takes 21 inches to get that driver out, regardless if it's the tub or the aero frame. We can put that tool in that spreader and in that piece and spread it out to 26 inches, and gives us basically the driver's normal egress to get him out of the car, him or her.
It's phenomenal. So here's all the toys in the bed, but there's more toys inside your new Chevrolet.
Yeah, it's
C71s
pretty
as well.
cool things.
So Tim, I assumed you guys were just in here rocking out the Sirius XM or something like that while trackside, but indeed you've got all the info you need, EM marshalling transponder, you've got track map. Tell folks the tools you're working with in here and all the other AMR Safety Crew trucks. What do they have while on track to react?
Well, first of all, the trucks, Chevy gives us this cab. It's cool, workable, control all the lights from the dash here on the outside. But we just switched to EM a couple of years ago, and EM provided pucks for our vehicles so that we can track our vehicles on the racetrack and race control. They can see our vehicles on the map. They know we've cleared the track or we've started our response. So the next thing EM did just in the last couple of weeks in May is that they use the same connectivity for that puck to provide data to our Microsoft Surface tablets. And so we can see where the cars are on the track, where they've stopped, where our other trucks are coming wise. from the other areas of the track. And that's all with data that's being pushed from that EM Motorsports system that is also shared by timing and scoring and shared by race control. On top of that, we put a dash cam on here. We have a lot of cameras on us with TV, everything that's going on, but one camera view that doesn't happen is right off the front of our trucks where we're working. So we can use that information when we go back and critique and work to get even better at what we do.
You said never last weekend at Detroit, your truck here was responding to 7 of the 8 cautions. So in terms of footage to review, y'all were busy, brother.
We saw a lot, we did a lot, and we continue to learn from every incident, and these types of tools give us that opportunity.
Subscribe to Racer and save 24% off the cover price. You'll get the print and digital editions with an issue archive through 2012. Visit info.racer.com to learn more.